Hi everyone, welcome to this episode where we'll be diving into the essentials of debugging and breakpoints in C#. Debugging is a crucial skill for every developer as it helps you identify and fix issues in your code. Breakpoints are one of the most powerful tools in your debugging toolkit, allowing you to pause the execution of your program and examine its state. Today, we'll use our simple calculator project as an example to demonstrate how to efficiently debug your code. Let's get started. Debugging is the process of identifying and resolving issues or bugs in your code. When you write a program, it's not uncommon to encounter errors or unexpected behavior. Debugging allows you to step through your code, examine variables, and understand how your program is executing. This way you can pinpoint the exact location and cause of the issue. One of the most effective tools in debugging is the breakpoint. A breakpoint is a marker that you can set on a specific line of code. When the program reaches this line, it pauses the execution, allowing you to inspect the current state of your application. You can then step through your code line by line, watch variables, and see how the program flows. Let's see how to set a breakpoint in Visual Studio using our simple calculator project. Here's the code for reference. Now, locate the line where int sum equals number 1 plus number 2. Click on the left margin next to the line number. A red dot will appear, indicating that a breakpoint has been set. After setting the breakpoint, run the program. The program will ask you to enter two numbers. Enter the numbers you want. Notice the execution will pause when it reaches the line where the sum is calculated. With the program paused at the breakpoint, you can inspect the current values of number 1 and number 2 before the addition is completed. Now, hover over number 1 and number 2 to see their current values. Once the program is paused at the breakpoint, you can step through the code to execute it line by line. Step over executes the current line and moves to the next one. In our case, it will execute int sum equals number 1 plus number 2 and move to the next line. Step into if you have a method call. This would step into that method. In our calculator example, if we were calling a method instead of directly adding the numbers, you could use this to step inside that method. Step out steps out of the current method and returns to the calling method. Using these stepping commands, you can closely monitor how your code is executing line by line. Once you've stepped through the code and resumed execution, the program will display the sum of the two numbers you've entered. This is a great way to confirm that your code is working as expected. After debugging, you may want to remove or disable your breakpoints. Click on the red dot in the margin where the breakpoint is set. To summarize, debugging is a vital skill for every developer, and breakpoints are a key tool in your debugging process. By setting breakpoints, stepping through your code, and expecting variables, you can gain deep insights into how your program is functioning and identify where things might be going wrong. With practice, you'll become more efficient at finding and fixing bugs in your code. That's it for this episode on debugging and breakpoints in C#. Hope you now have a solid understanding of how to use breakpoints to troubleshoot your code efficiently using our calculator project as an example. Remember, the more you practice, the better you'll get at debugging. Thanks for watching and see you next time.